Again, I'm Josh Evans. I'm the CEO of The Learning Source. The Learning Source has been around 50 years providing adult education services to the Denver metro area. They've been doing that for the 50 years, and we have served almost 100,000 individuals over the length starting in 1964. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about just some background about the product itself, and then getting into some market and finance information. But first, a question. Who here has ever trained for a marathon? Half marathon, 5. Well, so those of you who have done that know, it's difficult, it's hard. You have to take a lot of time, a lot of effort. You have to be determined, you have to be persistent. You have to get up early and it's cold and it's dark and you have to run no matter what. And if your knees ache, you have to go through it. And people go about doing this in a lot of different ways. Some people utilize apps on their phone, others join running communities. There's others that get coaches and actually have a coach assist them in this process. Now imagine that this race mattered more than anything in your life. Imagine that if you complete this race, you can support your family, have a house to live in, take care of your kids, maybe go to college. That's the kind of race that we're talking about. And how do we do that? Well, the problem that we see in adult education and workforce programming is that there is a lack of support, a lack of time. Students get 6 hours a week in classrooms. Teachers have no time to do instruction and do the other things that are necessary to help their students. And this leads to an impact of those students in not being able to complete this programming when they're dealing with so much and having to do so much. And so really it's a lack of equity that we're talking about. And how do we provide that equity? Amplify is a social enterprise of the Learning Source, working with online ed tech, using an application on your phone, as well as training up that application to allow an expansion of the classroom and a connection. Amplify is a phone application that creates synergy and connection outside of the classroom to engage, motivate, and support students while allowing teachers the understanding and assisting of individual student needs with support, resources, data, and feedback, using artificial intelligence, machine technology. Now where we are at the Learning Source is we have entered into our product development. We've done focus groups. We are planning in the next 3 months to have our minimum viable product created and doing a first phase pilot in the beginning of next year. Now I want to talk a little bit about market size. So within the market, what we're going to be doing is really focusing on Colorado first. And in Colorado, working with our partners to do pilot programs and really iterate this product to make sure that it works and get a lot of customer feedback. After we expand out, we'll be moving into the adult education area, which is 1.5 million adult education students nationally. If we have a 3% market share of just the adult education students, then at a $4 per rate a month for a 12-month contract, we're talking about revenue generation of over $2.1 million with just that market share without scaling out to the other industries. In regards to competitive analysis, what is out there right now? What we found is that there's not a lot that is a direct competitor to Learning Source. Amplify has a unique value proposition, and it is has a competitive advantage in the market with how we're planning on building and implementing this, as you can see. We have a great deal of partners. We have partners in Colorado and a huge network to deal with. And this is really important for customer development and product development, because we have individuals who already are willing and able and are a part of this process, and we're doing it together, not alone. And what we're asking for is we have already $50,000 that we have achieved in getting, and we're looking for at least $150,000 more to begin the process of developing the product and scaling that out. So this is some of the background that we've gotten from our focus groups. And you can see that the one thing that we really realized when we just completed this process is that we're on the right road. And together, we can win this race. Thanks so much.